Greetings, brothers and sisters. Blessings to y'all. Praises in the name of Yahushua, the Father Yahuwah. How y'all doing? Now, this video is. I'll just be straight up with you. This video gonna be a little different. Now, look, the reason I sound different, the reason we got a different format going right here is because the whole reason I was making them videos the way I was before on that app was because my computer had broke. But got a new computer. So now we on what I was finna be on from the jump for real. So boy, it's finna be going crazy. Alright, before we get into the meat though, cause look, it's a banger. This video is a banger. Before we get into the meat, shout out this channel, this lovely woman of our Father who's done much research and helped me a lot. Taught me a lot. I'll say that much. Blessings to her. Go check her out. All that good stuff. Alright, so first thing we're gonna clear up the whole basically evil God concept, the jealous God, the one who wants blood sacrifices and does all this madness. Basically, look, you have to realize the Bible's been translated a million times over, so it's literally like uncovering layers and layers upon layers of dirt. We're talking about the canonized, quote unquote, canonized text and all the apocryphal texts as well. So get that out of the way. Y'all know who y'all Father is. But that evil one, the jealous guy who causes all this strife and discord and created this whole material world of a cycle of death and bloodshed and sadness and all that, that's who they call y'all Yahdebaoth or Samael or the devil, basically. Now, the devil is a collective term. It just means adversary, so that can mean him and his fallen angels. But to for the sake of simplicity, I just use that term to goddamn get the point across. Now, on to the next point. Now, our Father created the souls of Israel and our real bodies, like the ones that we're going to turn into, the ones that y'all keep hearing about, 144, all that. That's the work of Him. All good base. Let me get this out of the way. All good creation is ascribed to our Father and the kingdom and all that. All bad, everything, all that trash, all this fleshy, bloody, perishable nonsense. That's all Him. That's all y'all Yahdebaoth. See, He and His archons, because he actually, what he did was he formed basically fake angels. He made fake angels and fake like spirits, fake seven spirits of God in the likenesses of us, the real ones, out of his own power. Which is why, niggas like Buddha, Shiva, those are the fake ones. Those are the fake guys. And you have all these like the 72 fake archangels supposedly that niggas be calling upon to cast spells and shit. All that. That's where all that comes from. Next point, you might find yourself wondering, what's the hold up, man? I know I used to. Well, for one, you gotta understand that treacherous snake actually stole basically light from the Holy Spirit, our mother, and that's what's like persisting this age of darkness, quotation marks you can call it. He basically said he was going to keep us as children of light, as his slaves for this entire age, and we're near the end of this age, which is why, for example, when Satan was tempting Yosha in the wilderness, and he spoke of, giving him the entire world because it was his to give. There you go. And also for your sake, because as I wrote, let our Father cut this world off and all it holds entirely, you and me included. So this is, don't get it twisted. This is for the sake of his elect, the way things are going, to give us a chance to get redeemed, to go back to our former status. Because as we will talk about later on in this video, our ancestors, but we don't pass the blame, take the blame, all together. We as a nation really, 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 really messed up in the past, man. So the fact that we're even getting a chance at all is nothing short of a miracle. But yeah, I actually touched on this earlier on, so we're not going to spend too much time on this. But yeah, I was just basically rehashing what I was saying earlier about how you need discernment and how all these Bibles, they've been translated and misinterpreted on purpose to keep you away from the truth, basically. Which is why, a la Dead Sea Scrolls, and even those got tampered with. So, it's a whole big deception game. All you need is, like I said, the third point, train your sense of discernment. You don't got to think about nothing. Those who have eyes to see shall see, and those who have ears to hear shall hear. You feel me? Texts like books like the Nag Hammadi and the tripartite tractate You can't, like, it's just like with the regular Bible. If you just completely read it at face value and read and believe everything, you are going to be led astray. You have to read it with spiritual eyes, and that comes with listening to teachers and all that. Like, whether you're reading something or listening to something, all that matters is discernment. Niggas be trying to complicate things so much. If you look at everything through the filter of the Holy Spirit, what is there to think about? On to the next one, the real world. Now, from here on out, things finna get a little outlandish, but he who has an ear, let him hear. Now, there are 7 heavens or planetary spheres, and a planet just means a plane of existence. And then 5 layers, what they call the abyss, for a total number of 12. And then, oh, well, there you go, 12 disciples, 12 Greek guys, 12 months in a year, all that. So, Yah-Davios, aka Darkness, basically made 7 kings. Remember how I said earlier, 7 fake angels of God. So 7 fake reflections of, for example, me, Raphael, Michael, Gabriel, all that, all 7 of us. And then 5 princes to reign over the realms of the abyss, and we know one of them to be Belial, or what's another one of them names, Astaroth, shit like that. That's where all them niggas be coming from. And that's a reason why, really might be the reason why, y'all would never bless the firmament, because y'all Davidoff is over it. So all that Final Fantasy shit and all that Zelda, mythos, quotation marks, with light and dark worlds, heavenly realms, dark realms, pocket dimensions, fairies, all these different races of creatures and everything else. Like I said in the slide, is realer than everything you ever thought there was. There's nothing new under the sun, because you have to realize these niggas are trying to invert reality. They're trying, because the way that things are supposed to go and the way that things are about to go back to, they're on the bottom. They were never meant to be where they're at, because look at what they did. So by taking basically what's real and making it fake, and then pushing all this fake nonsense and casting magic to make it seem real, they're trying to invert reality. That's like Talmud magic, and basically them being lied to by the motherfuckers we was just talking about. And then it's supposed to be us that come in and make everything right. So this is just building up on a point that shall be expounded upon throughout this entire video. Now, this little diagram, it's okay. It's not really. Nothing is, because you really, it all starts with you. So nothing is how, like, our people have, like, depicted it. You're just gonna find, like, bits and pieces and, like, have it rehashed and stuff, because that's, like, the whole thing with them. That's what they did. Like, that's what the foreigners did. Like, you want to talk about spiritual, some Holdup did, but we can talk about it terrestrially right now. The foreigners came, found our texts, all our customs and all that, and twisted and distorted them, and either added them to their things to make them better, or make fun of us for it. You feel me? Because the whole root of this shit is jealousy. Like I put in, like, for the first slide, the real main reason for the whole Watchers thing, sending all them scapegoats down, was for Yah-Davidoff and his 7 fake ass angels to basically spite us, because once they saw the souls of Israel housed, they grew jealous. So they tried to corrupt us, and it didn't work, but we still, I don't know. So, man, I don't know. But as far as the diagram, as far as, like, how creation, I guess you could say, is like layered, it's kind of accurate. And it draws more, like, gives more context than in those movies where they be talking about, oh, the depths of the abyss and all that madness. So yeah, he has eyes to see, let him see. But something fun, look where it says the 4 lights, or the 4 aeons, or something like that, and look at the very right where it says the Viathai, love. Now not notice, but in one video, he said that King David is not more or less really a name per se. It's more like a title. It means beloved. And it's funny. It says right there, the Ve'athai, the first thing, love. As far as this whole cabal, or this cycle, Ouroboros, whatever you want to call it, is really quite simple. It's just like jealousy and self-preservation. They understand the glory of us, what we're meant to do in our true status, and they know that they knew from the very beginning that if a true child of light seen what they was doing, they would renounce the world. And with the power that comes with us, that's a very big problem. So you have this basically collective dream, quotations, of not like a literal, damn, everybody's fucking in a machine having a dream, but like, think, he who has an ear, let him hear. in the dream sense, cities, country, society, all that. Basically, all this you're brought in from the jump as a kid, getting drilled into your head with the same thing that your forefathers got drilled into, the same repetitive, useless information that niggas talk about as a meme. School is basically useless information, all to conform you to this damn basically material gridlock to keep your mind off things of above what really matters, because there's a whole great big world out there, and they don't want you to know that, because they want to keep you in your little bubble and keep you worried about taxes and shit. Not worried about, or not even like worrying, but not being aware or privy to the true nature of your existence. All right, go back and pause the last two parts if you need to, but on to the next part. What exactly are you? What exactly are you? Well, we all, every single being, physical or not, regardless of whether or not you're a child of our Father, are energy beings. And in this sense, on this earth, we're energy beings animating physical vessels. Notice how I say energy instead of light, because not everything is light. So, next, your soul gives rise to your spirit or your mind, which is housed in your body. So it goes soul, mind, and then it's a house in your body. I actually wrote that wrong. It should be like, your body at the base. That's where everything's at. Then your soul, and then goes into your mind. And they talk about this in this anime called Soul Eater, of all places.
A sound soul dwells within a sound mind and a sound body.
Now, as far as what this entails, basically your soul is like the generator, the energy, the power source. Is what gives rise to everything that you have going on, man. It takes energy to move a finger. You ain't got no soul, you ain't got no energy. So, your soul is what gives you the ability to think. Like I have an example right there. It gives you the actual, like, just literal ability to be able to think that I love something or I hate something. And your mind is what gives it structure. So your mind is what structures that into, well, yeah, let me rephrase that. Your soul is what gives you the ability to say, like, hate, love. And then your mind is what says, I hate, I love, I hate this, I love this. You feel me? Which is why, even though past so many wicked ones of our nation had the souls of Israel, in the spirit, their spirit either got corrupted or they willingly chose to basically disregard that and go in the ways of the oppressors. You feel me? So, along that same vein, now this, I don't really know how to pronounce this shit. I think it's toroidal field. But yeah, everybody has this. And don't confuse this with your aura, quote unquote, because this is what generates that. Now, this is what they call armor of God, metaphysically in this realm. Obviously once you get to like high members of our order, 144, all that, things get a little bit more literal. But as of right now, that's pretty accurate. So everything's energy and frequency. That's why you can feel tension. That's why people say love is in the air. That's why there's a feeling of heaviness around demons and weightlessness in the presence of angels, the Holy Spirit, all that. Or when you feel the ruach come over you, it's like a calming wave. You feel lighter, like you're just finna start flying. And why is that? I just told you. Everything is energy and frequency. And it's really like, that's really just like one real simple concept you gotta like grasp. Once you really grasp that and internalize that and realize that shit is not what it seems, everything else starts to make a lot more sense. Now, earlier I was talking about how y'all Davion, who we will now be calling Sammy Sosa, because fuck that nigga, honestly. He was referring to how him and his archons got jealous because basically we was marvelous. Basically, when he got the chance to look into the light and see what our father has on him, what our nation has on him, he saw something like that on the screen. And he was amazed and ashamed. They called him marvelous. And this is darkness. Literally, darkness. So you have to understand, this is you. We ain't nothing to play with. Our father ain't nothing to play with. Kingdom ain't nothing to play with. Our King of Kings ain't nothing to play with, and it's because of him that I even got the opportunity to be sitting here talking to y'all about this right now, and you got the opportunity to be sitting here listening to me talk to y'all about this right now. You feel me? This shit is deeper, bro. It's a celestial story. What you see around you is so unimportant, so unimportant. Now let's talk about this crafty little snake. Now, one thing you gotta understand: the devil as a collective or whatever specific entity you want to talk about. The devil's a lot of things, one of those being slicker than you. Now, I did not say he was smarter than you. However, there is a chance, 100% chance, that he is more devious and clever and conniving and cunning than you are. Zionist movies, these esoteric ass animators like Hayao Miyazaki, Pendleton Ward, the nigga who made Adventure Time, and I forgot his first name, but Tagashi, the nigga who made Hunter x Hunter, and Yu Yu Hakusho, just for some examples. Hide real esoteric truth in plain sight, all to add to the illusion, like I spoke about in previous videos. All this shit be to first invert reality, and to basically strengthen the illusion, strengthen the fake. If you got all this energy going into the same things, why do you think these niggas keep rehashing the same stories over and over again with different characters, different settings and shit? It's all to rehash the same or to enforce the same frequencies on the same black magic ritual spell to keep us all locked in this world of endless agony and death, basically. Unless you're a child of light, in which you find a way and you good. But like, shit, man, it's rough out here. But like, yeah, he has said before, oftentimes the cartoon and the anime are bigger and more heavily coded and even more devilish ceremonies than any movie or TV show. And because they're the most unassuming. Like I said, the devil is crafty. He knows damn well that a motherfucker's gonna look at a kid show, awake or not spiritually, is gonna look at a kid show and automatically have their guard down, not listening, not paying attention, not drawing no connections to nothing. And so it be in them where they put all basically the truth in the plain sight, or try to goddamn put some devilish ass frequency out in there to get out in the ether to get something to go their way. But you know, they don't understand that you can't try to use frequency against a people and a God who are frequency, are light frequency, are the universe, gamma, ruach, you feel me? So like, that's like another main big reason why we even have a crafty ass enemy like this, because they know good and damn well that in a true fight, a true war, it's over. Which is why they're doing all this extra shit to try to prepare for this war that's about to happen right now, and they're still going to lose. It's already been written in the text, in our hearts, in the stars, wherever you want to look. The battle's been won. So, hence, they're working their asses off and working feverishly, doing things such as this, trying hard to go as far as to try to invert reality. Think about how desperate that sounds. Yeah, he done talked about these niggas time traveling a million times, and being spooked and frightened and shocked out of their minds, because you have to realize, not even if you're not fucking hopping in a time machine and physically going to a different time period, these niggas have been like, they have, like, Father has given them purposely the ability to see, you know, it's like peer into the abyss and see their future. They see, like, literally, that's where you get like a lot of these damn characters from. They've seen this shit. They've seen what it may look like, and they're just gonna take it, twist it, try to flip it, try to keep this shit from happening. Basically, they're doing all they can in their power to keep what's about to happen, what's meant to happen, what's been ordained to happen, and what they have brought on themselves to happen from happening. But it's gonna happen. For example, let's take a particularly egregious example. Here we got Yu Yu Hakusho, one of the most popular shonen of all time, one of my favorites of all time, made by that Togashi nigga I was speaking about earlier in the last slide. Now, it's just about a group of 4 going around hunting demons, saving the world and shit. This show is chock full of ceremonies. Like, I'll probably get into that at some point. Not in this slide, maybe not in this video, but at some point. But basically, so in the show, there's 3 types of spiritual energy. There's the blue one, which is basically like regular human spirit energy, the red one, which is demon energy, and the golden one, which is sacred energy. And this right here, this thing I have on the screen is a excerpt from a text that, remember when I was talking about earlier, discern. Now, I'm gonna just read it. Now, humanity came to exist as three kinds with regard to essence: spiritual, psychical, soulish, or mortal, human, spirit energy, and material, dead soul, demon energy, reproducing the pattern of the three kinds of disposition of the word, from which spring material being, worldly beings, psychical beings, soulish, religious beings, and spiritual beings. The essence of the three kinds can each be known from its fruits. The spiritual kind is like light from light and like spirit from spirit. It receives knowledge straight away from the revelation. The psychical kind being light from fire. Is that I said that right? Yeah. Light from fire. Tarried before recognizing the one who had appeared to it, and still more rushing to him in faith. Basically, zeal about knowledge or spiritual knowledge. And the material kind is alien in every aspect, every respect. It is like darkness that avoids the shining light. So let's look at the definitions then from the damn official fan wiki and cross-reference. So spirit energy, or Reiki, or aura, is the energy possessed by all humans. It is very powerful if used correctly and can be wielded by any spiritually aware human. However, the strength of energy varies between persons. It's unique from person to person, much as the same way as fingerprints or voice prints. Sounds like Nin from Hunter x Hunter. Look that up if you don't know what it is. Energy can be converted into weapons, all that. So basically, you get where I'm going with this. But we're gonna go ahead and finish it out just to drive the damn point home. So the spirit energy, that's the psychical, soulless, mortal energy we was just talking about. Demon energy, which is clearly that material energy we was just talking about. Let's see. Harnessed only by demons, although it varies greatly on the user. As stated by younger Toguro, a main antagonist in the series, who actually turns out to be kind of like a tragic hero. The demon energy is not always as strong as spirit energy, but it gives a pleasurable sensation now, and it's also more potent than spiritual energy, due to demons usually possessing far greater amounts of energy than humans. Now, that's only usually, but look, this we're talking about real life. He said that demon energy is not always as strong as spirit energy, but it gives a pleasurable sensation. You can apply that. That's directly life. That's energy in real life. Forget getting deeper into it and us and what life is really about. We can just go on a broad sense of the way that everybody looks at the world like it's normal now. My nigga, good is slow and enduring. Evil is quick to rise and even quicker to fall. Nice guys finish last. The nigga just said it. It permeates throughout all of reality. This is a cosmic or celestial rule. He just said it in this damn little anime. It's always not as powerful as spirit energy, but it's more pleasurable. Or, for example, it might be, if we want to apply it to real life, you sell your soul to goddamn get on. Because you want to have glory and splendor. You want to live basically in paradise now on the material earth, and you're not willing to put in the work and wait to get to where it really, really matters. And it's really paradise up in the kingdom, you feel me? So I just find that to be it's not even surprising. It's just the way it is. And then finally, sacred energy or holy aura is a power that very few can attain. It is supposedly the most holy and powerful of all energy. The evolution of spirit energy. Koenma, who is basically supposed to be like Tammuz in the anime, calls sacred energy the highest echelon of power. Now, us, me, you, Yahi, come on, bruh. Yahusha, come on, bruh. Then spirit energy is all the niggas who do all that other shit, and then demon energy is all the Satanists or all the fucking father names, all that. Like, broad, stupid broad. And we just cross-reference this, and it just lined right up. And I just got to talking about some whole other shit that still lines right up. You feel me? These niggas know. And we're not done with this topic. We're not done with this topic. But on to this. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on this because honestly, like, if you watching this video, you should know, like, who we were and the fact that literally everything comes from us. Damn near. Not even damn near. Everything, literally. So, like society, culture, all that, like, everything. So, if you want to find out more in-depth detail as to, like, how we fucked up, basically, you can find that. But we gonna focus on goddamn not how we fell. We gonna focus on how we was when we was still up. So look, the black Jews, Judah, the black Jews had an advantage over the African tribes. They carried their culture, history, laws, and written records with them, which assured them a constant precedent for the development of a higher social organization. Doesn't that sound like what everybody else does? Come on, man. Like it says, we found kings, princes, governors, generals, secretaries, treasurers, revenue agents, judges, architects, painters, all that. And yet they told you was butt naked swinging around on trees. Come on, son. Realize. Crafty Snake? Crafty Snake. Next up, Aaronic versus the Melchizedek priesthood. Now, as shown on the screen, you know, the Most High God knew that the Israelites were a stiff-necked people, so he prepared the Aaronic priesthood to basically like keep everything going good down here while basically time was flowing and the plan was marching on. And then you have Melchizedek, the celestial priesthood, us. Now, these are whom I believe in the previous video I was talking about when asked about it. It was basically described as like half angel, half human. You know, you have angel blood running through your veins. That's like the difference. We're all of one accord. But like one, for example, you have basically hybrids, super saiyans, whatever you want to call them. And the others, you have people who are just indwelt with the spirit. And both are very powerful, but you know, both are the different levels and both are meant for different things. So, you know, Melchizedek, one priest or celestial priest, might be somebody like me or Yahid. Terrestrial priest might be just another prophet. Not just another prophet in that term, because we're all significant, but another prophet, I'm saying like somebody else of the kingdom indwelt with the spirit, you feel me? So there ain't no husband and cousin, there ain't no disparity. There ain't no basically there's a hierarchy, but there ain't no like social hierarchy. It's just a hierarchy of like jobs, duties, power. Like, what are you meant to do? Where are you at? What are your responsibilities? You feel me? So there ain't no but we're all of one accord. You know, protect the weakest link, like it's the crown jewel. On the bloodlines, I just spoke about the whole priesthood thing, as I was talking about, but talk about Gentiles now. If you hear any so-called Hebrew Israelite talk about how ain't no Gentiles allowed in the kingdom, and they try to act as if they know the intentions of our Father and understand our Father, if you in person, slap that nigga. And if you over the internet, just ignore them or something, because they don't know shit. Basically, if you actually knew and was well read and knew what the was going on with your nation, you see that many of Israel will not be experiencing the kingdom, and actually will be a lot of Gentiles and a lot of people from all over the world coming to experience the kingdom because they truly believe. As I believe it was at some point Yahushua ran into somebody in Rome. I think it was an officer, and he was so amazed at his faith, he turned to his disciple and said, I haven't seen faith like this in all Israel. Just because you don't black, just because you black, just because you come from this damn line don't mean shit, because our ancestors was on some dark ass shit. So if you hear anything, this it look, for those, the remnant, for those who are meant to come back, you know, being of this bloodline is the greatest gift in the world. But being of this bloodline is not a automatic ticket at all. Like, I finally get to use this example. I was thinking about this shit the other day. I finally get to use this example. So, you know, life as an elect, you're predestined, right? Predestinated. And the question comes about, so do you really have free will? The answer is yes. You have free will to follow this or to fuck up. It's like an on-rail shooter, basically. If you ever played like Time Crisis or like one of those games in the arcade where you pull out the guns and you aim at the screen and shit, notice how like you're control what you're shooting at, where you're at, when you move, what happens, the cutscenes and all that. But in terms of, you know, you pulling out the gun, you reloading, you shooting, which one you shoot first and all that, you control all that, and you can lose the game, and you can lose the game. You feel me? So like you have choice. But, you know, if you do what you're supposed to do, you see how this is coming together? If you do what you're supposed to do, eventually you beat the game and end up where you need to end up. But along the way, there's so many factors that, yes, you do have the choice, the option to let them hoes fuck you up and lose the game. You run out of ammo or blah, this, that, and third. You see what I'm trying to say? And it all goes back into, you know, a lot of basically us who were on this on-rail shooter lost the game because, let's say, they went to go play a different game, an unrighteous game. They said, fuck this game, let's go play that game. And now they've ended up in hell. So First numbers of the video just perfect since we're talking about bloodlines. Now, I spoke about in the last video, I think, but it's MYKHYN shit. Look, there's something seriously up with them 6 letters, bro. Like, I really don't know. I have a feeling what it is because I've seen it. Basically, it's like a truth frequency or something. Like, basically, this it's like a code breaker, bro. Like, them 6 letters, this MYKHYN. If you led by discernment and you put it together with the right things, you will find out some shit. And I'm gonna show you later on. But right now, we're gonna hop into some angelic blood. Cause I was just speaking about this. I just went a whole damn tangent about this shit. So I figured let's do something. First one, 12 tribes of Israel. I can move on right there. The holy wisdom of all that is created. What is that? Tree number 12. Psalm 121. Let me see which one that is real quick. Yep, right here. Psalm 121, a song of degrees. I would lift up mine eyes unto the hills from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Beautiful. Next, Israel is corrupt, but it did not control the earth. Now, it's currently talking about the corrupt Israel as of right now, but you know, Israel in the past was corrupt and they were black. But as of right now, it's the 13th tribe that has the basic control over the Israeli state. That's how I got to the point where it's at now. Netanyahu and all that shit. Because the 13th tribe of Dan, are close related to like the Mongols and the Khazars and shit than us. So basically, like, they're fake. That's where you get, like, for example, in Baki, one of the Hanmas, which is a blonde, he was skinny as fuck. But to like basically hang with Baki and Yujiro and them, he did all these basically unnatural enhancements to try to like get his body genetically on the level as the rest of his family. Even though they were his family, he has the same last name as them. He was trash. Same was like in Street Fighter, which we all know vibrates with Yahuwah's children. The character Dan in Street Fighter has historically been trash. So like you see, this is how esoteric communication basically or coding works. Next, the wisdom is power. Would you consider me wise? No, I'm a young nigga. I just be speaking. I just speak in the spirit, man. It don't be me talking. And I find these two interesting. You notice how I said everything starts with you? Look, right here I have the entire English alphabet and the entire layout of the American keyboard without missing a single beat. And they both have 216s in them. I thought that was pretty strange. Next, baptized in the Holy Spirit gifts, tree of knowledge and the tree of life. We are but messengers for, what does that say? We are but messengers 14th. 14, I like that number. A birth to the light, shine and splendor. What does that say? Extraterrestrial visitation. That could mean a lot of things. But you know, we have an extraterrestrial visit coming real soon. Somebody coming with great wrath to take out the trash, man. Take out the trash. I can wrap this up. The holy language of God is in numbers. So this is meant to be all these so-called coincidences? Wait not, my love, until he is ready. Oh yeah, I thought this was funny. Come on, you can't make this up. Tis real. Tis real. Alphabet is 26 letters, malevolent extraterrestrials. Those are the problems. We were just talking about that at the beginning of this video. See, David head on earth and King Jesus in heaven, King Yahusha in heaven. Yeah. Had a lot in the Twilight Saga. That, hey, we're going to talk about Twilight at some point, but that's another example of this esoteric duality and shit. You got Edward Esau, which is really Asa, which means pale. Edward Esau, the damn vampire, the seed of Cain. Then you got Jacob, the wolves, Native Americans, Israelites, the seed of Abel. That's obvious. That's obvious. You should get that. I will be with you no matter what. Holy Spirit is hidden in Hebrew gematria. The final mystery unveiled. A blown up incident. Israel is ready. I put that in there because recently, not even like maybe like a week or two ago, there was something about an explosion in Israel on the news. And like, I just wanted to put this in there. I'll probably put a picture of it up. I wanted to put this in there to like highlight the point of how they basically how the cabal works and matrix works and how they get all the ideas basically to put this fake news together. This is not just humans doing this. This is, they're getting assistance from spirits, and they're using gematria to basically concoct and conjure this damn web of lies. Because no human can just sit here and come up with this many lies and have it be able to, at on the surface at least, seamlessly connect. It only starts to unravel completely once you have discernment and you see through that. But on the surface it seems to connect. No human is doing that by themselves, whether it's with gematria or some kind of spiritual knowledge from whatever fucking deity. I don't even like calling them that. Whatever being, entity it may be, they need some type of help or some type of system or some type of way to go about basically programming this shit. Cause ain't nobody just gonna spin this web. One spider cannot spin this web. You feel me? It's more about the Melchizedek order, priesthood of the Most High, whose image reflects among his elect on earth and all that. This is we're descendants. Like, this is where you get the whole, basically that's where you get that whole trope of, like, because the cabal is inverted. For example, Baki. We'll talk about Baki again. Baki, his father is the strongest person on the planet, and they both have basically a power, demon powers, basically. And Baki descended from his father, got these powers and all that. He's in his likeness. That's where you get, or we'll talk about King of Fighters later, the Iori family or the Kyo family, the Kusanagi family. The Kusanagi and Yagami families, they both have powers that come from blood. So, like, that's basically what we're talking about. That's where they get all these concepts from, of like a fighting game character. That's where the concept comes from. But the Melchizedek, that's just for combat. We not warrior priests for a reason. But basically we were on the earth before, the Melchizedek order. We were on this earth before in the past, but things got out of whack. Then that's where we dipped. Aaronical priesthood came into play, and it's still going on into effect until today. At this moment in time, where the Melchizedek priesthood is coming back. People like me, Yahi talking, or anybody else who's speaking this type of knowledge, we're coming back. So are you seeing how this is making sense? It's a celestial time scale. You're part of a really big story. I forgot in what video it was. I might just put a clip in. If I do put a clip in, you're not gonna hear me say this. But the teacher, great teacher of light, it was just said, those who seem least important now will be great then, and those who seem the most important now will be the least then. So put that into perspective, what we know about Babylon falling, all the cities falling, all these corporations falling, and all the elites being hunted. And think about where you are right now. Think about your role. I'm just think about it all. All right, now let's get into the fun part, goddamn. Now, the world ends and begins with you. Now, what do I mean by that? I've been talking about this whole little video so far about different examples about how they basically take how everything comes from us, terrestrially and celestially. You want to talk about rock and rollers, inventors, painters. For example, recently the whole hammer with Beethoven being black. You want to talk about that, or you want to talk about how they take, for example, somebody like Yosha and make him out to be Darth Vader. We're just gonna spend a good little minute. I'm gonna drive this point to your home, to the point where you ain't finna be able to look at no TV show, read no book, look at no movie, or look at no anime, no cartoon, no play no game, no none of that shit without seeing what the fuck is really going on, some way, shape, or form or another. Cause I ain't really get this shit at first. I had to rely on everybody else to break it down for me, till I realized all you gotta do is pray and seek. Cause it is not through your eyes, it's not through your ears that you hear, receive the word, or see what you need to see. It's through your spiritual eyes and your spiritual ears that you hear and see that. You feel me? Redundant, needs to be said. Now we're gonna talk about Alita Battle Angel. This movie came out. I mean, not this movie. This manga came out way too long ago. Movie made a lot of money. They spent a lot of time making that movie. All your big time devilish people. James Cameron, Guillermo del Toro had some shit to do with this and such. But let's fuck the details of that. Let's get into the details of this. Second Chronicles, chapter 12, verse 15. Now the acts of Rehoboam, first and last, are they not written in the book of Shemaiah the prophet and Edo the seer concerning genealogies, bloodlines? Who was Edo the seer? Edo, prophet, Hebrew, was a minor biblical prophet. None of us are minor. According to the books of Chronicles, he lived during the reigns of King Solomon and his heirs, Rehoboam and Abijah, something like that, in the kingdom of Judah. And now, this is the person who discovers Alita, the battle angel. By the way, Yahi is broken down Alita. I just cannot for the life of me remember what video it was in. Notice, one letter removed. One letter removed. Daisuke Edo. Sounds exactly the same. One letter removed. Now, this shit is honestly stupid now. Fuck the numbers for this present moment in time. Let's just go straight to what's in the damn book. And keep in mind, I've read this entire series, all 6 volumes of the original manga, and I've seen the original anime movie. I haven't seen the damn remake because that shit's creepy, but I've read all 6 of these books, and I do remember seeing this word, Melchizedek. This was years ago when I read these. Niggas was nowhere near. The world wasn't nowhere near where it's at. Niggas wasn't nowhere near where they at. But I remember this word, and I just had no idea what it meant. I just thought it was a cool word, and look, our father was great, but that's besides the point. So the style is an ancient martial art called Panzerkunst. Basically, look, I wish I could find that damn guy. He video, but all them crazy flips and super just strong, bro, strong as supernatural marvelous fighters. It's us. I cannot make this shit any more cut and dry. It's us, bro. Look, it says right there, special, demolition fist, other attacks, Melchizedek. That's a special attack, Melchizedek. You see how they do us. This is an example of that duality I was talking about. Think about it. What's the inverse of a big, strong, angelic, spiritual black man? A damn little robotic Asian girl. This is how they do us. That shit, that's like I said, that's just the damn book and having some knowledge and some discernment. Let's talk about the numbers. So just the name, just Alita Battle Angel, 7 stars. Line of Light, going in the name of God, Mashiach event, COVID virus. George Orwell, 1984 in the Book of Enoch. Bro, this fucking manga came out in like 1980 something, bro. And that shit says COVID. Okay? Alita Battle Angel with the C. I don't know how my algorithm, the C, it breaks it. The God of Israel. Okay, God's on earth. Okay, this is America. Okay, astrological ID 444. Significance, very significant number. Astrological ID. And it just so happens to vibrate with Shadi. So does Wonder Woman. Earth is a test, Sumerian guys, all that. And then I was just messing around. Battle Angel I have. Put my name in, my real name. Find Zodiac pattern. You found a God. Number Melchizedek. It all starts with you. As far as quick side note, as far as like us being referred to as gods and all that, because I know a lot of people don't really like when he talks about us like that. I don't like saying gods because I just don't like. I'm a servant. I'm a knight. You feel me? Like I'm a do boy. Like he tells me what to do and I do it. But you can be humble and still realize what's going on. In terms of the fact of the matter, bruh, I mean, in the damn human sense, yeah. I'm not just talking about me or Yahi. I'm talking about you too. If you know what's up. You feel me? Like, what you gotta understand is I was talking about it earlier. The way they be translating these Bibles and shit, they be leaving out a lot of information. You gotta understand. Yahusha and the 12 disciples, especially Yahusha. It talks about in the Bible the way it is, how they already had the power to do strange things, miracles, but that's not even holding a candle to how it really was. Those were not regular people at all. But on to some more examples of this bullshit that we live in. Now, here we got a captain from Bleach, which is an anime about killing demons. So his name is Seigen Suzanami, and the reason I caught his eye was actually I don't. Well, the reason he caught my eye was I don't know. You know how he was meant to be in this video though. The way this shit came out, you know how our father works. But the reason why, actually no, I think I do remember, cause I was looking up people who have lightning powers in anime, cause I know my powers is, and I was thinking like, cause I proved it with other characters, so I was like looking, basically like seeing, okay, let's put this to the test. Let's see what's up. See if I was right, basically, cause like this was a little bit before. Now, like I started making this video like a couple weeks ago. So this is a little bit before. And I was basically trying to like just curious, cause at this point I already knew it was up with me. Like just fuck numbers or anything like that. Just me communion with my father and my king and all that. I already knew it was up. So at this point, niggas basically just passing the time. So, and remember I was talking about these damn 6 letters earlier. These MYKHYN shit. Threw it in. First thing that popped up was 2 olive trees. Right on the money. Whatever it takes to find a mystery revealed. Be afraid. This is no hoax. This is no joke, bro. They make fun of us. This has been making fun of us. Jealousy, trying to invert reality, trying to cast spells to make things not happen. But in this example, shit, nigga got a big ass lightning sword. I mean, feel me? And this ain't even with nothing specific to me in it. This is just I'm just gonna start calling this the code breaker. This is just his name, but the code breaker. Moving on, my beloved son David. I will purify this earth. I will walk it alone. Some of these things are kind of like but some of these things kind of are pertaining more or less to me. I just won't really expound on those things, but I just want to keep them in for sake of transparency. But I never seen him diving in the flesh, and I put in parentheses Lord from Royals. It's all connected. Whether niggas know it or not, frequency, vibration, it's all gonna be connected. Like I said, whether niggas know it or not. The plans always fall apart. The Lord's top secret birth, King of Kings and Lord of Lords, Judge, jury, and executioner. God's most holy birth ever. That's what's gonna get us doing shit like this. The numerical fabric of reality, and this is the correct answer. Nobody has all the answers. No prophet, no angel has all the answers. The one who has all the answers is, his name is Yahusha. Our father does too, but you already knew that. Other than them, nobody has all the answers. However, in terms of what's real and what's fake, if you ask me between the real world, the world that you knew, the world they taught you in school, and what we've been talking about so far, I will, with not an ounce of shred of doubt in my spirit, tell you this is the correct answer. Keep it a stat, which I'm not finna read all that, but think about everything I talked about, pause it, read this, and just see how all of it makes sense. Now, if you've been on the channel long enough for the right reasons, goddamn, you already know what's up with these 2 on the screen right here. But this is a bigger point. Let's start off with Link. Link, hero of time, with again the damn code breaker. Now I done broke him down before with shit specific to me. Same with Cloud over there on the right. I'm just gonna read off the list. First one, the Angel Sword. In the damn game, the only weapon that can seal away evil is the Master Sword in the damn game. A power to change, female Earth twin, beautiful voice. Final witness, the number 7. Found heir of God, the next Messiah. And then that's the name of that damn chemical that Trump was talking about could cure COVID. See, another example as to why we live in a scripted reality right underneath. I can't make this shit up, bro. I really couldn't. I don't care if I sat here off every psychedelic in the world and racked my brain for hours on end. I could not come up with this damn entangled web that the enemy has come up with to try to keep us down and to keep us from the truth. Most High God, hidden truth. Shekinah, the divine presence. Now, Shekinah basically means a group of people who are connected to God. So us, Melchizedek, true Israelites would be considered a Shekinah people, which is funny because in the damn game, The Legend of Zelda, a group of people called the Sheikah, Shekinah, Sheikah people are literally pivotal to the entire series, not just one game. In Breath of the Wild, the Sheikah are the people who have all the technology and basically made all the boss shit you see in the game. In Ocarina of Time, where it's basically the most important Zelda game, because in that game, basically the timeline splits. There's after Ocarina of Time, there's 2 timelines for the rest of the whole series. In that game, basically the Princess Zelda, who represents the Ruach, the Holy Spirit, after Link awakens from his 7-year slumber and is now chosen to be the hero of time, disguises herself as Ashika, and then at the end of the game, reveals herself to be Princess Zelda. So you see how this shit works? It's like, I be wanting to be like, wow, but then I have to realize this demonic ass shit, man. This shit ain't getting no goddamn credit for me. Fuck that. Next, Superior Bloodline of God. There you go. See the Jacob, Israel. See the Abel. It all goes back. Same thing. Transcendental number 144,000 written out. Line of the Tribe of Judah. Notice he got on a green garb too. Link. 2016 in the way it popped up. What was I saying? Yeah, the way it popped up, it was 2016. So I just put 216. That's what it is. 216 again. Phoenix Resurrection, change vibration frequencies. You are my everything. You know who I'm talking about. And we, as children of light, do have the ability to change vibrational frequencies, as I'm sure you have done before in your life without realizing it. Changing a vibrational frequency is, see, look, this should be a good example, because I said it earlier, how you got to understand that everything is energy and frequency. Changing a vibrational frequency is like what you would describe fucking persuading somebody to be like. If somebody's thinking one thing and they're thinking that they don't want to do that, and you persuade them to do something, you just change their vibration, you just change their thought pattern. Now they want to do it. That's changing a vibrational frequency. And we're not even talking about petty shit like that. We're talking about spiritually. So, realize who you are, bro. Moving on, Cloud Strife. Coronavirus pandemic. Final Fantasy VII, the game which this nigga debuted in, came out in 1997, bro. And also, man, look, it's a lot on the way. We finna go crazy on this little channel right here. And he shall rule over, what did that say? And he shall rule over thee. Every knee shall bow. One who raises the dead. Guys hitting witness. Gene can raise the dead. This Gene that we possess, yes, he can raise the dead. The best is yet to come. It is, I'm hitting for a reason. Find me. That's Yahuwah. Look. Once you take into the account what our ancestors have done, basically, it makes a lot of sense why he would be hidden, because it's putting us to the test, because he did nothing but love our forefathers unconditionally, and they spat in his face. So why would he do that again? No. If you want to be a part of this, you're going to prove it. You're going to seek him, and if it's meant to be, you're going to find him. Because you have to realize our Father, our God, is a God of undying compassion and love. Even so much as when our ancestors, as sinful and dreadful as they were in slavery crying out, he still heard their cries, and he still caused things to happen, such as their captors treating them with kindness. Even after these same people who completely defied the order to destroy all the other nations decided to go into their ways. And on a personal note, this may just be, you may not even want to listen to me say this because of who I really am, but that just sound like fun. You talking about destroy all the nations? Shit, bet. Let's go. By myself. I don't care. But like I said, I might just might just be me, all things considered. But did I just go on a tangent? No, not really. That was relevant. All right. Next. Leader of God's chosen ones. The chosen one has awoken divine intervention. COVID-19 virus again. I'm telling you, bro. The God of Destruction, Umbrella Corporation, Deadliest Warrior of God, left hand star birthmark. I do have a birthmark on my left hand. Vampire Brotherhood, bringing on Illuminati, Divine Sons of God, and another 216. Another 216. And this one also said 2016 when I found it on the page. So On to these scriptures I have in the middle of the screen. Now, Psalm 144. 1. Blessed be the Lord my strength, which teaches my hands to war, my fingers to fight. Revelation 6:4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword, or a large sword, depending on what translation you read. You see Cloud got a large sword. There you go. That's like basically, if you ever wondered what's up with the whole anime stereotype of these niggas with these fat ass swords, there you go, right there. You have to realize the way they translated the Bible, they messed the 4 horsemen up, because there's 7 stars of God, and then there's 4, like, what would you call us? I can't really give you a good answer to that, but just know, like, 4 Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel in that order, and we're like different basically. And so, like, for example, when in another verse, I forget which verse it was, but it talks about basically talking to the 4 horsemen, do not harm the earth or the trees or anything like that until all who have the seal are like marked. Listen to what that's saying, and think about it in context. That's Yahuwah telling me, telling Yahi, telling all of us, the rest of us, basically don't start doing what we need to do, cleaning up the trash and then healing the earth afterwards. So don't start destroying all this filth until we get all y'all right. You feel me? That's how this goes. This has been written in the stars, in the book, in our hearts forever and ever and ever. Shouldn't no man have to tell you anything about how this is finna go at this point. All you need to do is pray about it. Psalm 18:34. He teaches my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken by my arms. And then this right here is an excerpt from the book of Enoch. If you can't read it, I'm gonna read it for you real quick. But it's me talking about when Yahuwah told me to beat Azazel's ass and then heal the earth. And again, the Lord said to Raphael, bind Azazel hand or foot and cast him into the darkness, and make him open in the desert, which is in Dudael, which is a region of the underworld, and cast him therein, and place upon him rough and jagged rocks, and cover him with darkness, and let him abide there forever, and cover his face that he may not see light. And on the day of the great judgment he shall be cast into the fire, and heal the earth, which the angels have corrupted, and proclaim the healing of the earth, that they may heal the plague, and that all the children of men may not perish through all the secret things that the watchers have disclosed and have taught their sons. And the whole earth has been corrupted through the works that were taught by Azazel. To him ascribe all sin. So you see, and in this same verse, Mikael was sent to basically tell Semyaza and the rest of the watchers what was going down. Gabriel was sent to destroy the Nephilim. I just read what I was sent to do. And Uriel was sent to, I believe, find the son of Lamech, Noah, and get him going with the ark and such. So that's how all that works. And I just managed to tie all this together into 2 characters. One from a Japanese role-playing game that came out in 1997, and the series started in like 1980. And what is this, like an action adventure game, Legend of Zelda, which also started around 1980. Y'all get the point, man. Moving right along. The world ends and begins with you continued. You can see we're on this. I'm driving this point home. It needs to be driven home. So let's talk about us again. Levi, tribe of Levi. Levi, along with his next oldest brother Simeon, became known for his fierce wrath and cruel fury. When their sister Dinah was sexually violated by Shechem, some shit like that, Levi and Simeon took justice into their own hands. They tricked them into the city. If you don't know the story, they got everybody in the city to circumcise themselves, and then these 2 niggas. This kind of also segues into what I was thinking, the whole superhuman fighting game character thing, where that whole thing comes from. Archetypes, the whole main character thing comes from us. Think about this. Circumcised or not, 2 niggas with swords killed an entire city. That's not a regular man. When Jacob was on his deathbed, he pronounced blessings and prophecies over each of his sons. Over Simeon and Levi, he said, "Cursed be their anger, for it is fierce, and their wrath, for it is cruel. I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in all Israel." Now, buddy over here with the blood on his face is Levi Ackerman from Attack on Titan. And as you can see, he's pissed off, he's raging. In his show, his character is very stoic, and when he gets mad, he gets mad. Matter of fact, one of the most iconic scenes in the whole anime is when his character becomes the stoic nigga. What happened was he saw his whole squad die in front of him, and once that happened, he raged and killed like a lot of Titans, which are the enemy in the anime. He killed a lot of them, so he raged. This one over here, Levias, is about a blonde hair, blue-eyed kid with a mechanical arm who's basically in a world where people fight in robotic MMA and they use steam as like power to like make it superhuman. And his shtick is he's calm, but as soon as you piss him off or mention his mother, he snaps, he rages, he will kill. Like if you mention his mother, he'll literally go from being quiet to you're dead. He will literally snap your neck. He rages. Are you noticing a pattern? Now take this as a blueprint because this is our father ways are great. Way before like a year and a half ago, I read this whole book. The screenshots I'm finna show you actually from the second series, Levias EST. What I'm talking about right now is just the first book, Levias. I read the whole thing. Dude, first of all, when I was reading the book, I was already like, I knew I was of 144 basically, but I didn't know exactly who I was exactly like how I do now. So when I read the book, I was noticing throughout the entire thing, I was seeing Masonic codes like pyramids, 33s, and shit. Then I knew it was up at the end of the book because at the end of the book, I couldn't find any screenshots for the manga for the first one online because these screenshots from the second one, like I said, I couldn't find any screenshots for the first one online. At the end of the book, the whole story gets revealed. It's basically like the whole way the MMA thing works. There are 13 basically guides. Or 12. There's 12 basically guides. And Levias is trying to become the 13th one. And like at the end of the book, it basically just exposes the whole what it's supposed to be exposition for the story, but with spiritual eyes, it exposes the whole basically Masonic application of energy. This is like making a manga like this and being able to effectively hide these codes is what like they would do to test a Mason, for example, to get that nigga to go up. Like this is the type of shit they do. At the end, it was talking about basically 12 galactic fighters who would come down and fight for justice. Come on, man. It's tiresome. It's tiresome sometimes. Like these niggas just do the same thing over and over again. Let's get into it. Also, a fun fact: this shit is on Netflix. Levias, yeah, it's on Netflix. Out of any manga anime, they put this one on Netflix. Look, it's all connected. You can't see me, but I'm doing like when you interlock your fingers and shit, like when you hold hands with like your girl or something and you wrap your fingers together, that's what I'm doing. It's all interconnected, it's weaved. But let's get into it. Like, so you know how it's Masonic, it's all Sumerian knowledge, bro. It's all the same type of shit, just with different mediums. Like, for example, I was talking about in the last video how with news headlines, you take what they put in quotations and you get messages. We'll take what this nigga put in bold letters in the damn manga panels, man. Like, I'm getting kind of mad talking about it because this shit is so deceitful. But let's take what he put in bold in the manga panels. Great age of steam. We live in a great age of steam. So this nigga basically said we live in the mark of the beast, or we live in Jacob's trouble, for example. But it's also not just that. It's not just to complete the sentence. It's also to carry energy. So in terms like thinking about this the way it's supposed to be thought about, we could complete the sentence and he's saying that we live in Jacob's trouble. So that could explain why all this crazy shit is happening. You seeing how that could work? But that's not the main thing. That's just in the context of the story of Levias. In the context of everything, you got all these basically the 144 activated. What's going down? Okay, Mark of the Beast. We got shit going on with Lucifer, the Great Dragon, Gematria of Fallen Angels. They're coding shit. And we'll talk about right now Naruhito, the Emperor of Japan. And we all know that once you get to that level, well, not once you get, at that level, all those puppets and shit, the whole Seed of Cain is inbred and all that. Some little girl, it went viral. Some little girl basically traced back how all the presidents and queens and monarchs and shit were related. That's all common knowledge to us, though. George Soros, the same person who owns Black Lives Matter and such. Jacob's Trouble, as I just said, the Holy Line, Quote of the Torah. You see where we're going with this? Next, Ultra Steam. We've seen the same exact page a couple times before. If you watch all my videos, you probably recognize this. All these that just popped up. Like I said, machine translation, Ultra Steam. This is like the fourth time I've said this, bro, because it's like the fourth or fifth time this term has popped up researching completely different shit. They don't do this by head power. They're doing this through spiritual wickedness, to help with spiritual wickedness, and through computers, supercomputers. They have computers that run codes on people and all types of other shit so they can figure out how to do something like code countless characters to have the energy carried for fucking COVID-19 20, 30 years in the future. You feel me? Machine translation, guides, patterns of light and darkness. All roads lead from Rome. He who has an ear, let him hear. Scripture. Just scripture. And in the damn manga panel it says, but the steam we use is Ultra Steam. So you could also interpret that in a whole different way. Let's say this is somebody talking on 144, where do y'all get your power from? And we say Ruach, or you say somebody in real life right now, how do you have the power to heal somebody or speak healing to somebody's life? What's the power you use? Scripture. You see how this is working? Greatest gift of God, Purple Rain, Archangel Raphael, Seven Seals, Sun and Moon, Archangel Raphael, spread the other way. Who's talking to you right now? I rub my hands. But nah, driving the point home, we're not even done. We're still on the same manga. Let's go on to the next page. Now, this is where this shit gets pretty blatant. Now, we refer to Ruach as celestial water, crystal water. I call it crystal water because I seen that pop up in my breakdowns. So I like calling it crystal water, but we call it celestial water. They call it star water. And apparently they found star water on a continent in this manga named Agartha, which is real as fuck. Okay, Agartha is the hollow earth, basically, where motherfuckers be communicating with other races and shit. Bro, there's so much more to the world. Like, Selena Gomez said everything is not what it seems every morning on Disney XD or whatever the fuck for a reason. I'll put it that way. Let's break down Star Water. Ray God of Heaven. Revelation 13. And I put explanation points besides that for some reason. I don't remember why, but I'm going to pick up my Bible and we're going to find out together. So give me a second. Revelation 13. And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him power, his seat, and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast. And they worshipped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. And power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life, of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound has healed. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth inside of the men. and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword, and did live. And he had the powers to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save that he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is the wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. I'm just gonna leave it at that, man. He who has an ear, let him hear. Y'all can put that together. Next up, Lucifer's Mew. Yep, Mew from the fucking Pokemon. You know, Mewtwo. Psychic alien beings, fallen angels. I'm not gonna get into that at this point in the video. Shit, even if you came to this video not knowing a damn thing, by this point in the video, you probably thinking about that before I even said something about it. See, Master Lord, Most High God, and remember, this is talking about Starwater, whatever that's supposed to be. In this universe, it's supposed to be I haven't even explained that. Basically, in this universe, in case you can't read it because the screen might be too small or something, or the resolution, basically the steam they use, it comes from this star water shit, and once you mix it, no. Okay, here's what it is: the ultra steam comes out of star water, and you have to mix, which is what they got from Agartha, quote unquote, and you have to mix your blood with the star water, and then it generates the ultra steam, which then you can then control using like your mind, basically. Some stupid shit, cause obviously the elects have crazy powers. Like, I'm not even like exaggerating. Like, we truly do have some insane powers, bro. Like, you think controlling the elements, that's pretty standard, because you have to realize that's the reason why all these, like, for example, all these different ninjas in Naruto are so diverse. All the different hunters and Hunter are so diverse. Or wow, like with every anime power system, for example, Ki or something from like Dragon Ball Z, it's always an emphasis on individuality. How like your individual, for example, chakra nature. We'll talk about Naruto. Your individual chakra nature is, is different, and a lot of your shit is gonna come out as a result of how you are. And that makes sense because you have to realize this is talking about us and our people, and our God, our Father, is all that He is, personality. So it would make sense as to how things would be different. So all that, different specialties, goddamn Lancer, swordsman, or shit, fire mage, ice mage, you feel me? That's obviously the left-hand path, but apply it to how it's supposed to be, and you should be able to get a bigger picture, basically. Alpha and Omega code. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. Ain't that what he said? Time travel. He said before time travel is real. Date pattern, both birth pattern. We talking about that. Area 51. It's a mystery. Will Smith put him in there. I thought it was funny since everybody been talking about him and his fucking whatever that thing is. Jada look like a nigga, bro. I keep it about with you. And angelic energy, I put exclamation points right there, because remember like how we did in the last slide, how you interchange, where basically she was asking him, or no, he was talking about how we live in a great age of steam, and he was explaining how all this crazy shit is going on. And I said, because we broke down the numbers, you could interchange that and have him say we live in Jacob's trouble, and that's why this crazy shit going on. We can do that same thing again right here, because he says he's talking about the source of the power they use in this universe and where he found it, and he calls it star water. So we could flip that and have this nigga say he found angelic energy. And I just talked about that, but even if I hadn't just talked about that, I would still reiterate, or I would still say right here, us as elect, we going back to the shit we was talking about with Yu Yu Hakusho earlier with those 3 energy types. Angelic energy is what you would call sacred energy, Ruach. Demonic energy is what, them Satanists use to cast their spells. And regular mortal energy is like, The feeling you get when somebody's staring at the back of your head, or take it a step further, chi, when motherfuckers be lighting shit on fire with their fingers, or busting through baseball bats and hella planks, not hurting themselves. That's the blue energy. You feel me? So you seeing how it's all energy and frequency. I got the Knights of the Round Table here for a reason. Remember them, and you might have a little idea, considering all things considered. And this page on the left, just him explaining how the powers work. I just did that. But and on the right, it's just another example of how it's all the same Masonic bullshit. The devil has no new tricks. Loves using the same numbers, same symbols and shit, signs and symbols for the world. This whole little shit only got 6 chapters. So, just another fucking strand of the web, silk of the web, whatever you want to call it. Now, this is King of Fighters. Now, this was made by the exact same nigga who made Street Fighter. So we've already talked about Street Fighter. At this point, we've already talked about how these niggas rock. So we don't even have to get into that. Let's just get into the meat. First of all, 2 Corinthians 4 and Philippians 2:11. We shall read those on the next slide. You finna see. Name of Nibiru Anunnaki God. Anunnaki Sumerian God Enki, the god of mischief. And all this shit that we've been talking about is very mischievous, isn't it? Ancient Babylonian religion learn Sumerian God gematria, like I was talking about in the other video. It's Sumerian communication. Like I said earlier in this video, it's Sumerian communication. Like I said in the video before, these niggas have been having to hide from us for a long time. Okay? There's nothing new under the sun, man. Sumerian God's ancestry, snake brotherhood origin, rising up from the ashes, reflect subliminal message. Again, Enki, the dragon god of mischief. I just said that, man. I just said it. Show signs and wonders, epic battle, war of gods, sign. Epic. The great signs and wonder, Ray is 144. Did I not say you are gods? Great ability to decipher code, warn them of things to come. Now, I don't see anything out of the ordinary. All things considered, what we discussed so far. So let's talk about these verses. 2 Corinthians 4. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry as we have received mercy, we faint not. Faint not. A lot of endurance, a lot of stamina. Sounds like you're not a normal person, spiritually or physically. It doesn't matter. Same sentiment. Philippians 2:11. That every tongue should confess that Yahushua Mashiach is Lord, to the glory of Yahweh the Father. I was just talking about earlier how the 12 disciples were not normal people. Just talking about earlier about what the Melchizedek priesthood really is. Just talking about earlier about what the Levitical priesthood really is. Just talking about earlier about how we are with these hands, bro. It all makes sense. And there's something else we can talk about real quick. Notice that nigga over there with the white hair and the one eye. He's OP as fuck in the games. They're always going to basically invert the roles and the image of us. So like, for example, how with the blonde hair, blue eyes shit, how I broke down another video, how they love putting niggas with blonde hairs and blue eyes as representatives of us, DNA of kings, because it's an inversion. It's another inversion. He's evil. Like, the nigga's name in this shit is God Rugal. He's evil as fuck, but he's so damn strong. But notice he has white hair though. You feel me? And that's the thing. And it's crazy how I ended up choosing this picture, because this is like what the whole 144 like looks like. Like, not literally obviously, but along those lines. You got Yahusha, great, marvelous, and mighty as he is, looking ready to tear something up. And then you got all of us with all of our different abilities and, personalities ready to go. And we finna expound on this more, because like, look, listen, he has been talking about this for a long time with this whole gene shit. This is a real war. These niggas really want to take our genes to try to get our powers, basically. Listen to what I just said, because I'm finna break this down some more. Like, this is not even me talking about this. Like, he's been talking about this for a long time, about this whole X gene thing. And this is literally, like I said, people like us have angelic bloods running through our veins. Not even just the genes. Like, for the genes is what matter. That's why they call it the Joker gene. You feel me? Like, it's well, they call it the Joker gene because it likes to play likes to play. It's like it's playful, it's shy, that too. But it's like this is really physical. Like, this is obviously a spiritual war, and I'm coming at you talking to you spiritually. But like, nigga, this is the shit is scientifically factual as well. Like, us, the real us, scientifically, that's what the Manhattan Project was about. Scientifically, factually, have genes in us. If you're one of us for real, have a gene that can absorb radiation and will literally turn you into a damn X-Men. So like, I don't really know how to put it. Yeah. On to the next one. I was talking about all these these damn 6 letters, and how, for example, that's the whole reason we even got all the information we just got off the last slide. So this is something completely different. No MYKHYN to be found in what I typed in. This is just the main character, or one of the main characters of King of Fighters, Kyoku Tsunagi, who I was talking about earlier, has fire powers that he inherited through bloodline. Also, something else about the damn gene I was just talking about. Literally, a major plot point is this nigga that you're looking at right here. Like 8 to 10 characters, some of them who are really established and well loved, like the main character of this damn series, literally would not have their powers without him. The story is, these niggas made clones of him, direct clones of him, like other Kyos that look like him, and just other niggas that have his genes that have powers, but they're imperfect. For example, like, he can just use fire. For example, somebody who has his genes in the damn game can use fire, but only from his right arm, or one can use fire from both hands, but like can't really like manipulate it, or one can use fire and then kick the fire, like, and it all, he has an ear, let him hear, man. It's all it all coincides into the same thing, genes. So I typed in Kyoku Tsunagi, my real name, hitting NYKHYN code. Telling you, bro, that shit is a truth breaker, spiritual gift. One thing you need to know is there's no borderline between spirit and matter. Matter is just spirit made physical by the power of the word, by the power of the spirit, by the will of our Father. So it's not, is it really hard? Are you really touching it? The realest love, king of the world, we will prevail. The Akashic Records. Did I really forget what that means? Nah, I don't know why I put that there. I think I put it there because I see it pop up a lot, but I'm pretty sure it's like, or at least what Google said, it's supposed to be like a collective memory of all the damn actions that niggas have taken or something. I don't really know. But hell is coming. Get a sword. I got one. I got 2 actually. So same thing. Kyoku Tsunagi Yahaba with the C in. Ray Lord of Light. Messiah Kushner. One thing that you need to know: your enemies will vibrate with you. Same way Obama vibrates with Yahi all the time. I see Obama. I see, for example, Messiah Kushner. I see my enemies all the time. I see Nanya a lot. Opposite attract. God's page exists. World War III. Prophecy is real. I am eternal life. David, Christ, God's son. Gematria matters. Yes, it does. The code information. The fat lady sings. It ain't over that our fat lady sings. Lord of the Rings. It's all part of the cabal. The royal family. We're royal. All them vampires over there call themselves royal. That's the inverse. You ever wonder how, look, I made a video, my last video was about our true language. Well, the first letter of our true language is Ada, which means a man. But you have to realize our language does not work like English. You have to you look at nature and you get the meanings of our words. For example, the word to destroy is Ra. But looking at an ancient Hebrew dictionary for somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about for real, you wouldn't know that. It would just tell you it means a hawk or a hawk. But nature is not there for a reason. Ra means destroy because that's what a hawk is. It's a bird of prey. It destroys. So therefore, Ra means to destroy. That's just for an example. Like I said, I'm not going to get too deep into that because that's not the topic of the video. But, what was I saying? Yeah. First letter of our alphabet is Ad, means a man. But you have to look at nature. What besides man is there also? A woman, which means an inverted dual. Because the woman is everything that the man is not, is strong in every way that the man is weak. So you have an inverted dual. So Ada could also mean inverted dual. And I say that because that's the whole basis of this whole thing that we got going on. Why do you think Jacob, Israel, the father of all of us, our patriarch, of all that's good in the world, Jacob, Rothschild, the father of all the wars, the evil, the banking and shit, it's inverted dualism. Our father, of truth and justice, kindness, endless compassion, his inverted dual, y'all Davioth, lying, cunning, ignorant, just jealous, spiteful, all that. Are you seeing? This is where you get the whole good versus evil shit from. We're going to get into that on the next slide. Next on, I clean up the mess, guys, Divine Queen. It's just like, they could either be talking about Alliance of Israel, Ruach, feminine, Holy Spirit, or they could just be insulting the fuck out of one of us, because they call Gabriel gay all the time. They love calling me a female. I don't get it, man. Them niggas, well, I get it. It's out of spite. They hate us. Triple given name, Ark of the Covenant, Twilight Hour. Twilight Hour. Y'all feel like it's a Twilight Hour? I do. I don't know about you. Now, here we have a damn MYKHYN lightning round. Because at this point, when I was doing all the research and putting all this shit together before I even made the slideshow, while I was making the slideshow, I was like, you know what, man, I gotta see. This is what really, I think, made me realize that this MYKHYN shit is something I don't even understand for real, because knowing what I know and seeing what I see, it all makes sense. Like if I hadn't figured these things out through the spirit before, I would have been floored by some of this shit. You feel me? So one Knights of the Round Table with it. X-Men Charles Xavier sign. Holy chosen disciple of the apocalypse. Heaven on earth 2020. I told you to remember them for a reason. But now that's another example. King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. King David and Yahushua and the 12 disciples. Like Jacob and this. Big Bang. They tell you that the Big Bang was just. Look, bro, like this shit is unbelievable. Like these fucking like scientists, these devils will literally sit here and lie to you and tell you that the Big Bang just happened, and the whole time coded with Sumerian knowledge. This shit literally says, with whatever code breaking ass letter combination this is, this shit literally says, light from heaven, heaven and hell are real, and Anunnaki Nephilim, the niggas who concocted this whole plan to lie about it in the first place. Like, are you like, think about what the hell was just said and what you're reading. Joan of Arc, written false prophet, I am the true royal nobility. I am the true royal nobility. Not no white bitch. Okay? You? Yes, you. White Jesus. Warrior angel sent to earth to rescue the Son of Man. The first king in the messianic dragon succession was the biblical Cain. The pharaohs of ancient Egypt were alien hybrids, the ones with the long ass heads. The real order of events. Popeye's chicken sandwich shaking my damn head. Which I added in. Come on, son. Angels versus demons. My frequency, no coincidence. Your frequency, no coincidence. Together we will prevail. I am a worship God among men. Yeah. They worship false images of me. They worship false images of Yahushua. They worship false images of Yahuwah. They worship false images of everything. Electromagnetic spectrum, Jesus 2 witnesses, top 2 fastest times, because I had mentioned this before. I am the fastest angel. Straight up. I was actually not wondering, but it's crazy the other day. I was thinking about the Flash and how blatant that shit was and how I missed it all this time. Because, yeah, he's broken down how Superman represents, Michael, Gabriel a million times. Think about it. 7 spirits of God, 7 original Justice League members. One of them just so happens to be the Flash. But we're going to save him for another whole video. I might break down the whole Justice League by himself for real. Now, after all that build up to really get into the main point of the damn video is that you are royalty. Alright, listen to me. This ain't about, because I don't explain earlier, this ain't about your nation or anything like that right now. This is about whether you are meant to and will actively cling to my Father's kingdom and all that he is willing to do for you. Alright? Your royalty. Anytime you see a series or a game or whatever with a heavy and or centralized focus on royal bloodlines, family trees, and progenitors, just talk about us. Now in that case, I am talking about strictly the seed, Jacob, Israel, before with the Gentiles and all that salvation. But you're still royalty spiritually. So that's that. But yeah, it's talking about us. So like Fire Emblem, Crom, Marth, Ike, they all hold from the royal bloodline. They all have like powers that are important, shit like that. Attack on Titan is 3 main bloodlines that are important. It's the Fritz, the Ackermans, and the Jaegers. Underworld, the movie with the vampires and the Lycans, that whole shit is about bloodlines, bro. Like, damn. And then the Angel of Death, the girl who like the main badass in the movie is what? Half-breed. We are where all the stereotypes of chosen ones come from. The children of prophecy and the seemingly inexplicably powerful and important family trees come from. Just talked about that. We were the ones running things before our ancestors chose to go in the ways of the devil, the effects of which are still felt to this very hour, this very day, or at least was. We're out from under them now, which is why you notice really ever since we got up from out of these curses for real. At least I've noticed spiritual awareness of Israel has started to like climb up tremendously. Like people are getting their gifts back, people are speaking prophecy again. It's quite a beautiful thing, and we all know it's gonna happen in a little bit, so it's all just divine timing. We are the origin point of everything one would consider cultural and some more shit. Everyone else took our stuff and used it to make their stuff either better or just make it. They ain't have shit before, or they just use theirs because it's just so good. Like, I can imagine what these foreigners were looking like, thinking they had all their shit right. Then they come and see us. Man. Jealousy and spite is one hell of a driving force. Well, like I said, it was going to get into more good versus evil. The only reason duality is so sacred to the enemy is because that's Yahdabeo's creation. A material world with gets equal measures of good and evil, maintaining a constant balance. But that's not what our kingdom is. It's not what our Father is. It's not what Yosha is. We're just straight light all the time. That's what the Essene way was about. The Nazarene way, whatever you want to call it. Kabbalists and shit or whatever, they want to keep it in balance. But Essenes, Nazarenes, or us true souls of Yahuwah, overpower the darkness. Just an excess of light. Let it explode and let the darkness be gone forever for good. They don't want that. But you see, once you know that, it puts the end of Revelation to where it speaks of the heavens and earth being destroyed and new ones being put into place. Now it all makes a lot more sense, because a while ago when I first read that, I was kind of confused. I was like, why would he do that? Now it makes sense, because these shits was fucked up from the beginning. That's what it was, basically. But our Father and us have always had our place. Don't get it twisted. We are at the seat of all, and our Father looks down. He's the apex of all that goes on in this universe, and he looks down, and we are his instruments. Your royalty. And further down this page, it's just me talking about what I talked about earlier. See, niggas be getting ahead of themselves, or really what it is niggas be trying to structure these, but once the spirit takes over, man, whatever direction it goes, it's just the way it's gonna go. I got Dao right there. It can also mean duality, because Dao means lips. That's what you'll see if you look at an ancient Hebrew dictionary. And the reason why that can mean duality, because think about it. I'm teaching you a little bit about your language. Think about it. Your lips have a top and a bottom. Dual. Dao. And as I say, towards the bottom of this. That's it. That's what it is. It's really quite simple, bro. Everything from got Gabriel versus our father versus Jacob versus Esau, light versus dark. We've been in the soon to be concluded battle with our diametric opposites for a long time. As above, so below is just what Yadavios wants to persist, because it is in that form of existence that one such as him and his wicked angels can exist. One that masquerades himself as an angel of light but is evil. That cannot exist in a world where no darkness exists. That can only exist in a world where light and darkness is in balance, which is unnecessary and which shall be done away with very soon. And I got that Heyoka shit at the bottom. I actually see, you could tell I started making this video a while ago because I put that in the last video. But if you don't know, basically the video I took the screenshot from, where it says Sacred Clown, is describing Hyoka Empath, which is somebody who can basically eliminate negative feelings. And I was talking about the language, how they butcher it. In the video, he translates it as a Sacred Clown. That's not at all what it means. Break down the word in the 3 letters. These are living letters. Ha, the first one, which the definition you'll get in like a dictionary is breath, but it can also mean to reveal or look. So ha, to reveal. Yad, which can mean strife or to fight. So ha, yad, reveal, strife. And then ka, which among other things can mean to utterly destroy. So hayaka or heyoka, you can say it either way. Reveals strife and utterly destroys it. See how that works? Our language is beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it to death. I love it to death. Go watch that last video I made about our language if you're interested on that. But you should be. So where do we stand? We stand tall above it all. Don't get it twisted. There's a reason why one of my favorite video game characters of all time, which I had no idea why at the time, is Artorias the Abyss Walker from the game Dark Souls. And it's fucking inverted because in the game he loses himself to the darkness and ends up getting slain. But Abyss Walker, that's what you are. You are a beacon of light throughout the darkness. You feel me? Your story is fire. You gotta understand, your story is fire. Like, stop thinking about yourself as a regular person just trying to make it in the world working for the man every damn day of your life. That's not what it is. I'm gonna tell you how fire your story is. Look, you descend from people of the stars, from the creator of all things, who wants nothing more than to see you prosper and to see all wickedness destroyed. However, your ancestors could not answer the call, and as a result, you've been thrust into great oppression, but yet ye have made it through, persisted to this day, and you've been called forth again to not only go into that mantle, but to exceed that mantle that your ancestors failed to basically inherit. Nigga, I just named off the plot of a movie, a blockbuster movie. I just named off the plot of the next best-selling book. I just named off the plot of the damn next this season biggest anime. But it's not no book. It's not no anime. It's not no damn story. Oh wait, no, it is a story. It's a celestial story, and you're a part of it. That's where we stand at. Let me read some of these damn bullet points. Why do you think damn near every popular thing ever is about a tight-knit group of strong, righteous individuals who are more often than not young as hell, led by someone way stronger than them, fighting off some sort of seemingly insurmountable evil force, or a powerful royal bloodline destined to battle against evil for ages until there's a victor, or one seemingly indestructible nigga indirectly or directly bring great change upon the world through their actions? That's something that Yahi was talking about when he was breaking down Akira and discussing Kaneda, how all these characters are basically like King David, Yahusha archetypes, how they're always bringing about change in the world, either by directly doing it or by not really doing anything, but just their actions have such a ripple effect on the world and people around them that it ends up causing about great change. That's like the life of a child of light, you feel me? So like, draw parallels if you can. Like, think about it, because I'm sure that many of you really can. I know I sure can. Especially if they had titles like along the lines of Skywalker, Abyss Walker, like I was just talking about, or Radiant Hero. Like I got at the top left of the screen is Ike from the video game Fire Emblem, noted as a Radiant Hero, or an Aeon of Light or something like that. And Marth It's the bottom right, which is like the first prince of the Fire Emblem series. Just that in itself, Fire Emblem, that could be symbolic for anything. Just think about it. So anything to do with righteousness, bravery, strength, and luminance, it all comes from one place. It all comes from one place. As I said at the start of these bullets, why do you think damn near every popular thing ever is about this, that, and third? And the answer to this question should be more than obvious by now. You're royalty, but not just any royalty, celestial royalty. And unfortunately, the remnant of royalty, because you have to understand, look, the ancestors of Israel really fucked up, okay? Like, they was sacrificing their kids and such, shedding innocent bloods to demons. Our father, your father, my brother, my sister, the God of Israel told them to destroy, to Ra, the enemy nations. They didn't do that. Instead, they completely adopted their customs. And as a result, yes, it's hard. It's been hard. Good. We, at this point, shouldn't even be here. Well, how cursed, how much of a cursed action, like, think about that. And that's just one thing. And I'm obviously not talking about one person. I'm talking about a whole nation. Like, dude, we are, as a people, our ancestors turned away from our father, turned away from the Sabbath, turned away from music, turned away from all this, and sacrificed their children to demons instead. Okay? Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's been hard. First of all, you made it this far. Second of all, if you're even listening to this video, I have a strong feeling in my heart you're where you need to be and you're doing what you need to be doing. And third or fourth of all, I don't even remember which one I'm on. I forgot. The point is, there is no reason why you shouldn't understand where you come from and what exactly you're meant to do. See, this story is fire, bruh. This story is fire. And knowing this celestial story, knowing the details and knowing exactly just how bad, because I'm not gonna lie, I knew that Israel fucked up in the past, but I had no idea that it was quite that bad. And it made me sad because it made me very sad because I remember I said out loud when I was watching the video that, you know, edified me with this information. I said out loud, I was like, what went wrong? Like, it's one thing to be from the outside looking in and just choose to not, you know, seek. But you're from the inside looking out. You're of him. He made you. He got you out of Egypt. He brought you to be in the position in what I was talking about earlier with all the agriculturists and painters and architects and shit. And yet they said they would not go into the promised land because they would not believe his promise to care for them, even though he got them out of Egypt. And then he tells them to destroy these nations because he knows of their wickedness and what they would come to do having power over us, and look at where we are today. And yet they still decided to not listen to him. We have to fix it. Okay? We gotta fix it. Don't get it twisted. The main one doing the fixing is Yahusha, in the name of our Father, in the name of Yahusha. But our Father is so great that instead of just saying forget everything and all of us, because I'm trying to drive this point home, like, considering what our bloodline has done, it really should be a done deal, but it's not. He's going to let us do it. Like Aisha said, we're going to do works greater than him. You see how this is going? You see who you are? You are royalty. Blessings to y'all. Be safe, stay prayed up. Glory unto the kingdom, unto Father you, in the name of Yahusha. Praises.